Hello everybody and welcome to today's tropical update. It is June 29th, 2020 and it is 5:09 of the time of this recording. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Atlantic and the Eastern Pacific for anything that might be going on in the next couple of days. And as you can see here in the Atlantic, we still got our disturbances out here that have been here for the last 48 hours now. Here is Disturbance 1. It has a 10% chance in the next 48 and 5 days. This is a disorganized showers and thunderstorms located several hundred miles east of the southern Windward Islands that are associated with a tropical wave. Some slight development of this system is possible during the next day or so while it moves westward to west-northwestward at around 20 miles per hour. 20 miles per hour is pretty fast, especially for this far deep in the tropics here. Strong upper level winds are forecast to inhibit further development by mid-week. Alright, here's Disturbance Number Two. It has a 0% chance 48 hours and 20% chance in the next 5 days. It is an area of low pressure that is forecast to form off the southeastern coast of the United States on Tuesday. Some development of the system is possible later this week while it moves generally northeastward well offshore of the east coast of the United States. So these are the systems that we're keeping an eye on at the current moment. I do not believe this one is going to turn into anything, and I'll show you guys here in a few moments. But this has a better chance than Disturbance 1 does of forming into something. Once this low is formed over the open Atlantic here tomorrow, we'll probably have a better idea on if this is going to form or not here in the next couple of days. Alright, here's a look at Invest 96L, and as you can see, it's I don't even know what to call this really. It's just a mess of a tropical wave. There isn't a low level center anymore with this system. It is completely, at least the low level center has completely dissipated, and this is pretty much a trough axis wave here. The locations, it's 8.5 north, 46.4 west. Maximum winds, it's 25 knots, which is equivalent to 30 miles per hour or so. Minimal central pressure is 1,012 millibars. Environmental pressure is 1,013 millibars. Radius of circulation is 120 nautical miles. The radius of maximum wind is 90 nautical miles. And here are the only two models that are out for this thing. This is when you know that the system isn't going to be doing much of anything, is when only two models are even given these spaghetti plots, which is sad. Here is the GEFS tracks, and as you can see, it has this going a little bit farther before dying out, and then the GEPS is just like, nah, this ain't gonna do nothing. But what we see here doesn't correlate to this. Does not correlate to this, because all four of the models that are actually on this board wants to take it to a tropical storm, which is the amazing thing here. Please, I don't know if this is a glitch or if this is actually going to happen, because as you can see, look at what it does. After it becomes a tropical storm, it weakens again. Well, only two of them weaken it completely, and then they go back up to tropical storm status. One stays at tropical storm status period, which is a ship's model, and that's getting really close to being a hurricane. So, you know, if somebody is more knowledgeable than me with these models, please let me know if this is a glitch, because I honestly do not see this happening, these four scenarios happening at all. And we're going to take a look at the visible here, and as you can see, nighttime is starting to creep up here in this vicinity here, so we might just change that to the infrared here. And we'll just let her load up a little bit. And as you can see, it's not really looking that well. You can see that some showers and thunderstorms are trying to pop back up, but you know, it's starting to become a little bit too late. And you know, like I said, there's 4 models. You know, I don't think that's gonna happen. So, right as of right now, this is just a trough access wave that's probably gonna bring some rain to the islands here, but nothing like too drastic or anything. All right, let's take a look at the GFS here, and there's our system right in here. You can tell by the isotherms that are bent out of whack here, and there's a closed off isotherm here, and we're gonna go out through the next 5 days, and we're gonna see if this does anything here. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like a whole bunch. There's our system right there. That's our East Coast storm that is going to try to become Edward here in the next couple, like 3 to 5 days. But it looks like the GFS is finally back on board with something there, even if it's small. There's plenty of closed off isotherms here that they could warrant being a tropical storm. So we're just going to have to wait and see. This is 120 and 126 hours out, so this is just the perfect time right here to really pay attention to what's going on. Alright, with that, let's take a look at the European model here. And as you can see right here, the closed isotherms and the isotherms being out of whack, that's where the tropical wave is. And the Euro just completely drops it. The Euro is like, nah, son. Which is typical because, you know, you guys know that there's all that Sierra and air layer that's above it. Not to mention the wind shear that's like screaming across this area right now. That's why I'm not forecasting anything to happen with that system, Invest 96L. And this is 72 hours out, and as you can see right here, this is our East Coast storm right here. The European is picking up on it now, and I do believe this will become Edward or Dolly 2.0 within the next 5 days. The European and the GFS are now on board with this. So by July 3rd or July 4th, we may at least have a tropical depression on our hands, and then anything after that, we might have a tropical storm on our hands. Which, if this forms, it would be Edward, which would make it the 5th named storm of the season. And I do believe that if it forms on the 4th or the 5th, that it might be the earliest E-named storm in recorded history. I could be wrong on that. Please correct me if I am wrong on that. And we're going to pay attention to this thing right here. Look at this robust tropical wave. That's still inland, and that has 1,005 millibars. So this might be an interesting feature to watch going forward. Alright, now it's time for the Eastern Pacific side of things. And we have 2 disturbances here. This is Disturbance Number 1, and as a matter of fact, this has grown in chances of development now. It's now at 60% in both the 48-hour and 5-day mark. This is showers and thunderstorms that have become better organized in association with an area of low pressure located a few hundred miles south-southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. This system could become a short-lived tropical depression later today, keyword there, later today or tonight, before moving over colder waters on Tuesday. So if this does become a tropical depression tonight, I will be coming back on here to give you guys the information on this system. And here is Disturbance Number Two. It has a 0% chance in the next 48 hours and 20% chance in the next 5 hours. Or 5 hours. I meant 5 days. 5 days. This is an area of low pressure that is forecast to form a few hundred miles southwest of that said area later this week. Gradual development of this system will be possible by the weekend while it moves west-northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour well south of Mexico. Alright, so these are the two systems we are looking at in the Eastern Pacific right now. Speaking of Invest 95E, this is the disturbance that has a 60-60 chance of development in both the 2-day and the 5-day. As you can see, you know, it looks like it has some pretty well circulation here, and you can see the thunderstorms that are trying to pop up here in the center of circulation. You can see the tail here that wraps around like this. It has some pretty good convection spots in here, and you know the wind gusts are going to be pretty good in these areas right here where the white and dark reds are. So, you know, thankfully this isn't, you know, affecting land areas that much, but I will show you guys why this is affecting the Baja of California just a tiny bit because of the outflow. We'll take a look at that right now, actually. As you can see, as I said, well-defined circulation here. It has a pretty nice spin to it. You can see these clouds right here. This is stable air right in here where these fluffy clouds are. So, you know, if it touches that, then this storm is going to go bye-bye. But you can see the well-defined spin here, and these thunderstorms are trying to blow up around the center. So that's why the National Hurricane Center are saying that this could become a tropical depression, or for a small bit, either later today or tonight. And you know, as I said, this may affect the Baja California Peninsula a little bit, because as you can see, there is some outflow that is coming in from this system that is probably bringing them some rain to the very southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula. Depending on how far north this gets before turning to the west-northwest, because to me it looks like it's heading due north right now, if I can be completely honest with you, then they might get most of this shield of moisture and precipitation here that is associated with this tail of what is Invest 95E. So anybody in the Baja California region, you know, just get ready for some, you know, heavy rains, and I wouldn't worry about the wind too much. Just, you might get some pretty good rains out of this. Alright, well now we're going to take a look at the GFS for the Eastern Pacific here. And here is our system right in here. This is Invest 95E here. And we're going to go out through time. It might have a little bit of time to develop into something before it starts dying out, and 48 hours from now it's completely gone, because as you know, once you get up to about the 20-degree north line, that's where the waters are starting to get colder in the Pacific. So it has anywhere between now, maybe 36 hours from now, to really start doing something. And probably less than that. I'll give it 24 hours to start doing something, because if it doesn't, you know, that's it. It's not going to do anything. So this is 2 days out. We got 3 more days to go by here, and as you see, at an hour, 114 hour mark, we got a little something trying to spin up here, which is 1,005 millibars. I do believe that is a tropical storm. I think I don't usually use these features here, but we're gonna find out some stuff here. Here's the Cyclonic Vorticity, and as you can see, that's some pretty bright and dark reds in there. So it definitely has some good spin to this. So this is definitely something to watch in the next 5 days, according to the GFS. Alright, here is the European model. There's our Invest 95E. We're going to go out. And as you can see, it really goes much of nowhere. It stays pretty much the same in the next 24 hours by the looks of things on the European. As I said, some of the Baja California Peninsula, you might have to get ready for some rain. I wouldn't worry too much about the winds more than it is the rains. Probably pick up a few inches. Actually, now that I think about it, we'll look at that here once we're done with the European. There's 48 hours out, and you see the circle is starting to fade a little bit, and then it's gone at 96. Here's our next system, probably right in here at the hour 96 mark, but it's not tightly wrapped, it's not tightly clustered up with the isotherms. You can obviously see the rotation in this because of the way these wind barbs are going in a clockwise, counterclockwise fashion here. Alright, there's an hour and 20. There's plenty of rotation here. You can see rotation here, see rotation here. But if any of these storms form, we do not know. I'll definitely keep an eye on you for that when we go down the road. So what I want to look at right now is total precipitation here. I think you might, yeah, you guys will definitely get a little bit of rain from this system. So probably, I would say probably an inch, give or take, from this Invest 95E. So yeah, so get ready for about an inch of rain. That's about it. Rain is rain. Rain is good, especially if it's not like massive amounts of rain. You guys can use this for like fresh water and whatnot. Well, that's it for me for this update. As I said, if 95E does become a tropical depression tonight, I will cut back in and give you guys another update on that. I want to thank you guys for watching and have a nice night.